Hi Ellen, my name is Megan. I'm also trying not to say This first video project has been a little awkward for me as well. I seem to talk so much better in person, or I feel like it. I wanted to start by saying congratulations on venturing off into yearbook. That's going to be a big change from Texas history, but I think a really fun change. I think that you're going to enjoy yearbook. I remember yearbook in high school, and it was always a really, really fun class. So, congratulations on that. I think that you're going to enjoy it, and I'm excited to hear more about it. I really loved when you started talking about the children with disabilities, and because I couldn't agree more that they really, really do need support. That's a bunch of students in your school, so I hope that you will be able to fall right into that position. I can tell by the way that you talked and communicated that you really have a passion for counseling, and I feel like you would be such a great fit. So I hope that you get that. I could totally relate when you said that not only are you excited about this program, but you're excited about being an Aggie. Because I feel the same way. I run into Aggies, they have their gold ring on and they're so proud and they have something to truly be proud about. So congratulations for that. You're gonna be able to where fit in right there with your husband and your children. It sounds like you have a really, really amazing family. Um, I also, you really pulled at my heartstrings when you started talking about the quote that you chose, that the purpose of life is a life of purpose. Because I feel like you do that. There was really no one to help you growing up. I felt like I was one of those students that you were talking about that was worried about a social life in school. I remember in high school I was homecoming queen, and at that point in my life, that's really all I focused on. I was too worried about what was going on socially, what was happening in town on Friday or Saturday night. I wasn't really focusing on, my actual purpose. Now that I'm older and looking back, I realize that even when I got into teaching, I didn't know that that was going to be my purpose. I graduated from UTSA with an English degree, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I moved back home and I got into sales, and then something told me, you know what else can you do with an English degree? Try teaching. So I got my teaching degree, and then I started teaching, and wow, I grew to love it. I really felt like I had a purpose, and it kind of fell into my lap, and I'm very grateful for that. But I feel like I can totally relate to the students that you're talking about, that you feel like they're just going through a social life. So, stemming off from that, the project that you spoke of sounds amazing. I think that that is like that's the neatest idea that I've heard in a really long time. Um, I mean, working with the veterans and Alzheimer's and crocheting for the NICU, that is very, very wonderful. What I would give to be there to take part in that, and I can't imagine the emotions and the fulfillment you feel once you see those students, have find a purpose. Um, I I'm just thinking, I don't think that we could do that with kinder and first graders. I mean, maybe it'd be a possibility, but that it just sounds like such a wonderful, wonderful thing, and I think that that is so neat. I mean, really, really unique. I've never really heard of a school doing that. Um, and also, I was saying in another video about stemming back onto the special education students, how I feel like most teachers don't want they're almost burden. I hate to say that to some teachers, and I really feel like there are more people like you that need to be like you and willing to help them. My classroom was next door to a special education classroom, and I mean I could hear the screaming, and I know that it's not easy. There was a student that was severely autistic, and he had a really, really hard time. His teacher had she had been with him. He was in pre-K 3, and he was moving on to first grade, so that's 3, 4. about 3 years, and she actually quit mid-year. So he dealt with a lot of changes, and he had a really, really hard time. And I just find it wonderful that you want to be able to help those students, and you will be striving to help all other students find a purpose, because really, at the end of the day, um, we do need a purpose. It's to live a fulfilling life. You need to have a purpose, and I luckily found mine. I was one of those students, so I think that I'm going to also add that to my list of why I'd love to be a counselor, because it's truly going to be a wonderful thing when you feel like you are giving purpose to your students' lives, because we are. Thanks.